In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial on how to cut this stylish backless flare dress. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit on the subscribe button. Let's dive right into today's video. So to start, you're going to fold this dress in form of a half flare. Because of the length of the dress, it is a very long dress, so if you fold it in form of a triangle, it might be shorter because your ankara is by 45 inches in length. So if you try to fold it like a triangle this way, you have to join the fabric, and the flare on the dress is not much, so that's why we're going to be folding this in form of a half flare this way. So after you're done folding it this way, make sure you are okay with the length of the flare and the size of the flare first. So after this, you're going to start taking your measurements. So to start, I'll place my ruler and I'll draw out a straight line first, and that will be serving as the starting line for this dress. So after you're done folding up this way, what you're going to do now is to determine how off you want the dress to be, because it's an off shoulder. So you can use -4 or -5. So for me, I'm using -5. So place your tape at that starting line, that is at 5 inches. After that, you want to go ahead to mark your bust point. That is your normal shoulder to bust point, but because we are marking -5 at the upper part, place your tape at that -5. Then I'll go ahead to mark my bust point. My bust point is 9 inches, and I'll go ahead to draw a mark. So make sure your line is on a straight line, and I'll go ahead to label this. So the next step you want to take now is to go ahead to also mark your other measurements because of the lower part of the dress. So I marked my shoulder to waist, starting from that -5, and I added extra 7 inches to it for the hip point of this pattern. And I'll go ahead to draw this out and also mark this out. So the reason why I'm marking this is because of that design at the lower part of the dress. So that's why I'm using this. So after I'm done marking this, now you want to insert your measurements. So you're going to mark your bust circumference divided by 4. So because this dress is a free dress, you have to add at least 3 inches to 5 inches at your waistline, because we are going to gather the upper part. You're going to be inserting an elastic there. So because of the space I have, I marked only 3 inches after my measurement. So go ahead to extend it to the upper part of your pattern. So now looking at the thumbnail, you notice that we have a gathers here, like an elastic band was attached here. So by the time you insert your elastic, it will give you that ruched effect at the upper part. So now I want to divide what I have between my waist and my hip point, and I will go ahead to mark. You can use this, or you can go down more if you want the lower part to be too revealing. So I'll just go ahead and connect this, and this is what I have after I'm done connecting at the lower part. So I'll go ahead to just use my marker to just blend out some parts of this. So this is what I have on this part. So the lower part will be the part joining to the back pattern. So I was supposed to give the side a little curve, but because my pattern, what I'm using is a pattern paper and is not as long as an ankara, so I'm just leaving it a bit straight. So place your tape back at that -5 inches, and now you're going to take the length of your dress. So let's just say the length of the dress I'm working with is 50 inches, and I'll just mark. So you're going to also do this to the other side of your dress. After that, you just want to go ahead and draw out a straight line at that point. And after you're done drawing out, you're going to now cut out your pattern. So I'll just go in and I will cut this out, and also cut out the side of this pattern also. So after cutting this, at the upper part, you're going to fold it up and then add an elastic casing underneath it to create that ruche effect at that point. Or if you don't want to use an elastic casing, you can use your fabric to attach to that point, but I think what we have there is an elastic casing. So after cutting and opening up, this is what I have. So now by the time you run that elastic casing at the upper part. So this is what your dress will be like. So now to cut the back pattern of the dress, you notice that the joining started at the waistline, sorry, below the waistline of the back. So what you do is you use the same pattern and you're going to cut off the upper part. So after cutting it out, you're just going to have this. Now you're going to add at least 1 inch on top for folding allowance, and also you're going to create an elastic casing, sew in an elastic at that point, and then by the time you're done sewing, you're going to have this gathers effect at the waistline. Then join the side with 1/2 inch on both sides of the dress. So that is what you're going to have. Now for the upper part, you want to cut out a sleeve, that is a strap that is long enough, that is going to start from the upper part of the dress and would cut across to the back part of the dress. So you're also going to attach it at the other side. So after this is just what you need for the cutting of the dress. And join us in our next video.